My channel today. I'm very excited. I haven't filmed in over a week literally, and I'm like, finally I'm back. But today I want to be doing a more of in-depth tutorial talking, so make sure you grab a snack and enjoy because it's gonna be a long time, baby. Okay, but I really wanted to bring you guys this video where I talk a little more in depth on what I'm doing and give you guys tips and tricks that will actually help you when doing your makeup. Let's just go into this tutorial, guys. This is gonna be more like a Mauvey summer springy look. Springy? No, summer. I really hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up if you enjoy this type of videos. Till next time, I'll see you. I'm gonna be using my Nevia After Shave Balm. Honestly, this is not my favorite, but you know, that's what I have for now, so I'm gonna use it, of course. Like, I like to like blend it in on my face, and then I go ahead and dab it till it gets sticky. So I'm going to go in with my Milani Perfect Concealer foundation, and I'm using the color 03, which is light beige, and it's a perfect color. It's a perfect match for me. So I just pump a little bit on the, not a little bit, like I literally pump a whole pump on the sponge. So I just kind of dot it all over my face, like so, and then I start blending in. I make sure like I stay on one area first, like distribute it on one area and then move to the other area, just to make sure I get everything covered up. And I also like to bring it up to my eyelids as well. Don't forget to bring it down towards your neck. You see that natural glow that it gives? I love this foundation. It's like perfect. My face has been so dry lately. It's crazy. I was using that Pro Glow foundation, and I could literally see my dry patches like clinging onto it. I was like, did I pay $10 for that shit? I'm also going to go ahead and use this Fit Me Maybelline Concealer, which is the only one I had as of now. Can you believe that, guys? I ran out of all my concealers, and this is the only one I fucking have. So of course you want to go ahead and highlight it under your eye. You need it. You don't always have to go in all the way to close to your lash line, because eventually when you blend it in, it goes up anyways. And of course, we go ahead and blend that in. So once again, you never want to go up with a concealer when you're applying it. Well, you could, but it's just my opinion on it, what I have learned from it, that when you apply concealer way too close to the eyelid, you eventually gonna get it's gonna look like too cakey under there. It's gonna get crease and all that, just because you're applying way too much. Because I'm going to show you now that once I blend this in further away, it blends in so nicely and it doesn't have too much concealer, which creates less of a crease. So that's why you will want to not get too close to the, at least that's my theory on it. Kind of want to bring that to the side as well, down there. Not all the way in close to the middle line, just because you want to leave those little sides like without any concealer, because that's where we're going to be contouring. And the reason why I put highlighter or concealer under my brows is just because it makes it easier for when I'm doing my brows. Another thing I do, guys, I feel like I'm giving you tips and my tricks today, because I really want this to be in depth and kind of more like teaching you guys the things I have learned. So another thing that I do is I actually do not wet my sponge when I'm applying my foundation. I just like the coverage that it gives me. Like, I feel like it gives you more full coverage. But when I apply my concealer, I do then go ahead and wet my my sponge and make it damp, and then kind of blend everything all over my face, and it gives me more of like the natural dewy look. And I really like it. It feels like it set everything in place, basically. I don't know, like it blends everything better, if that makes sense. I don't know. Next, I'm going in with this concealer, LA Pro concealer in Beautiful Bronze. I really like this concealer. It's beautiful, and I like it for like getting that sharp contour. It's kind of dark on me, but I love it once again because it blends in, guys. Amazing, okay? You want to make sure you take only a little bit, because a little goes a long way. So I always start at the top of my ear, kind of in an angle going down to the inner corner of my mouth. But you never want to drag it all the way down here, because then you'll have that, like that, what is that called? Sideburn kind of going on, or like beard type thing. Don't do that. I mean, you could do it if you want to, but just saying. So I stop right about like my eyebrow, the last points of my brows. I don't know. Again, I have a full on-depth tutorial on how I contour, highlight, bake, and all that juicy stuff. So check that out. I'll link it somewhere in the videos so you guys can see. A little bit around my forehead area, just because I feel like it's so big. And you want to make the line as close as possible. That's what's gonna be really like bring your skinny to look very narrow and like skinny. You never want to go all the way down, because then you'll have like that straight kind of pointing down nose. I don't know, it just make it weird. If you want that little tip to look like it's actually standing out, like pointy up, it makes the nose look more well put together, I guess. You want to go ahead and like take this back here, and we're basically just creating shade, and then just do that little round tip there. And this is what's gonna bring the tip to look more out, you know. I don't know. This is when you make your nose look like a penis. I'm also gonna do a little bit here. And as you can see, I'm not doing it right on my lip line. I'm doing it like a little bit up on my, above the lip line, just because it's gonna bring and make shadow and make it look like this, basically, like more plumped. It's all about creating shadow and illusions, guys. And I'm also doing the same thing on the bottom, just because it brings it out. Again, I don't apply too much with this because this gets crazy, okay? The nose hunty, oh my god. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and blend that in with a stippling brush. I feel like the stippling brush is stippling everything together very well and blend very nice. So then you want to make sure you distribute that on the top. Don't drag it right down, because trust me girl, this will look crazy. So you make sure you blend it on the top, and then like the leftovers, just bring it down. But for now, just make sure you blend it all in here, and then you start distributing down. Oh my god, I found this on Aliexpress, guys. It's like to clean up your brushes really quickly. You see how my lips look already plump? Another thing is, guys, if you're not done with your cream, contour, highlighting, and all that stuff, the face creams that you're using, do not start baking till you finish completely with your creams. So I'm using this Airspun. It's amazing for a drugstore setting powder. It has been compared to the Laura Mercier loose powder. I'm not sure, I never tried that. It's way too fucking expensive. Even the little size, guys, is like $26 fucking. Like, no thank you. So I like to take my damp beauty blender, press it into the powder, and then just apply it. Kind of like blends it in. I don't leave it there at all. You can see the difference when you put a powder and no powder. Girl, it makes a difference. You can always bring it up to your eyelid, just because it's always good to set your eyes as well before applying eyeshadow. because if you don't, it will most likely make your eyeshadow like patchy when you're applying it. It makes it so much harder to blend. I'm going in with this Hardcandy Baked bronzer. This is the bronzer. It's super pretty, super sheer. It's not super harsh. It gives you a natural glow. I love it. It's nice. I'm using a large powder brush. This drugstore highlighter. Basically gonna mix these two right here, which is like I use it as a highlighter and it works pretty nice. I love the sheen that it gives. So I like to apply that right in the highest point of my cheeks. And I just kind of dab it. I don't like drag it like back and forth because I feel like that gets in my pore when I do that. And it just like lift and make it look so more textury. So that's another tip for if you're like have large pores. Try to just tap it on instead of like dragging it back and forth and getting it right in your pore. And now I'm applying right on my lip line to help that look even more lifted. So I'm sorry that I don't show you guys the process of my brows, just because my brow takes such a long time. Like I'm still kind of mastering how to do my brows. I will probably have tutorials to know how I do them, but for now I'm still like trying to like, you know, get used to how I want to do them, and kind of this is the shape that I want. Not too arch, not too round, you know what I mean? Like kind of in between. But I use the ColourPop brow pomade. I don't know what it's called, but you know, the little container thingy. And I use the color Taupe. Yeah, I go on to the eyes now, and make sure you go ahead and set those eyes before you start applying shadow, guys. I'm going to take this Posture Char from Wet n Wild palette, and I'm going to start with the lightest shade right here and kind of apply that all over my eyelid. Next, I'm going to go in with a more of a rosy kind of tone, peach, pink, I don't know. And I'm going to be applying that on my eyelid, basically on my crease, like on my eyelid crease. I'm going to blend that all over there. And also another tip, when you're applying eyeshadow or like starting with your crease, always start slowly, guys. Always you gotta kind of like start with a very light shade and then gradually start, you know, getting darker and darker, but always start with like small amounts, because you'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, you see how I started with a little bit amount of that rose peach color, just a little tiny bit, and then I'm just gonna continue adding it up, not, you know, digging it in the palette and then putting it in my eye, because that will make a whole mess, and it will a whole mess, and it will make it so much harder for you guys to blend. Another tip is not to go all the way put in the color right in the crease. You always want to go on the lower crease right here and then kind of blend it up, as you can see. I'm also taking this 3D Reveal palette, or Reveal 3D palette from Coastal Scents. Coastal Scent is such an affordable brand, guys. This is a sample palette that I got on a, I think, an Ipsy bag or something. And I'm going to be using this shade right here, which is like a muted brown cool tone shade. I really, really like it. I'm using a fluffy brush there and just kind of applying it right again on the lower crease. So on my eyelid, I'm going to be applying this e.l.f. Long Lasting Luxury eyeshadow. I'm actually going to go with this shade right here, which is like more of a cranberry type of color. So I'm just going to go back and darken the crease with that same earth tone shade. I'm also applying some of that earth tone on my lower lashes. I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of seeing this freaking mascara. I'm sorry, it's the one I love. True to my heart. You can find a beauty supply. So to get like a nice application to of the lashes, you have to get the right consistency of the glue. Like it cannot be too wet, otherwise you just get all over and you lose the glue on the lash and it will not glue onto the eye. Also, if it's too dry, it's literally not gonna do anything. The glue is just gonna stay on the lash, and it's not gonna do it's not gonna stick to the eyelid. So you gotta get it between wet and dry and get that right consistency that is like a sticky, and it'll stick on there. Again, I just like to take it, apply it right in the middle, just like that, and then I like to take the side. You kind of want to like let it sit there for a second just to adhere to the eyelid, right in the center. Then you want to go ahead and pull the end of it and stick it in there. Make sure everything is like well stuck. Easy sticks on when you have like the right consistency of like stickiness of glue. I just like to go ahead and do the same thing on the inner corners. Like a lot of YouTubers often focus on telling you how to apply it. Applying it is not actually the hard part. The hard part is getting the right consistency of the glue, because that's what makes it harder to apply. Like if it's too wet, it's gonna go all over the place, it's not gonna stick, and you're gonna leave like, it's not sticking, why? It's probably because of that. I give a little push to my natural lashes just so everything blends in together. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with this wood pencil, which I got from Amazon, like a whole pack for like $1 or something like that. They work amazing. I freaking love them so much. One tip also when you're overlining your lips, you never want to overline the sides of it, because that's when it starts looking like your fake overlining. What is that? I mean, you could definitely do this. This is just my opinion on it, guys. Once again, makeup is, you know, you could do whatever you want. I'm just giving you tips on what I think looked best, or it looks more natural maybe. But I basically like to overline just like the center of my lip, like right here, meaning like the cupid's bow and like down here. But then the sides of it, I like to keep it my natural line. And now I'm gonna be using this liquid lipstick that I got from Aliexpress in the color Cashmere. This is like a Limecrime knockoff, and I really like it.